Saturday, both home and away. This is Wildcats Radio 1290. This is Rich Herrera on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the program. It's the Rich Herrera Radio Show here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Short program today because the National Football League gets going later this afternoon. Wait a minute. Pause the music. Week number 1 of the National Football League comes up on Wildcats Radio 1290. The Bills Mafia, led by Josh Allen, head to Tinseltown to take on Matthew Stafford and the defending Super Bowl champion, the Los Angeles Rams, at SoFi Stadium to get the season on, and you'll hear it here on 1290. All right, now back to my regular music. By the way, if you're watching on the stream, I had the microphone that we use for the interviews, and I walked up and somebody goes, "Is that a fake microphone?" I said, "Yeah, I'm going to hold it today and pretend that I'm doing karaoke in the studio today. So this is my fake karaoke microphone."
I mean, to be fair, it's a very nice-looking microphone for karaoke.
So I could sing, I got friends in low places.
How many times do you hear that in this station? Just in this building, how many times do you hear that song?
Not enough. I'm a country music fan.
We hear that song a lot in this building.
It's not enough. Anyway, welcome, everybody. It's a Thursday edition of the Rich Herrera Radio Show. I've got a conundrum.
What's your conundrum?
That's the first time I've used that word in a while in this program, a conundrum. What's a conundrum?
Conundrum is when you have to choose between doing two different things that you really don't want to do.
Okay, so...
At least that's what I use it for.
Yeah, but you're negative.
I'm always negative.
All right, so I got a conundrum. I think a conundrum is a problem.
Yeah.
So I got a problem. You realize I try to take care of my friends in the media when they come to town, right? Because I got a lot of friends that work in the business. When I get a chance to have them come visit me in my town, I always like to take care of them. One of them is Roxy Bernstein and Lincoln Kennedy. When they come in, I take Roxy out. I go pick them up at the hotel. We go out to Froggenfurk and Illegal Pete's. We'll go to Barrio Brewing. I've taken them to Bob Dobbs before. And I always make sure I get them barbecue on game day from Brother John's.
You roll out the red carpet for Roxy and Lincoln.
I do. But they're not coming this weekend, and they're not coming next weekend. So I've got all this barbecue, and I don't know what to do with it. I do know what to do with, but that's my conundrum. Do I just become a pig and eat it myself and not share with anybody? Or should I share with our listeners today?
I would say you share it with the listeners.
Oh, you know what? You're a better man than I am.
Well, because the other thing I would think of is you would go ahead and buy it for the building, but I don't know how many people here would be eating that much brisket or barbecue.
I don't like anybody here. So how about if I do this? All right, watch me be magnanimous. You ready?
All right.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Let it be said that I'm not evil, mean, lousy, rotten, not very... Hey, what?
That wasn't me.
What?
That was not me.
I'm not evil. Don't play the Darth Vader march.
That's the Imperial March. Yeah, I didn't play that.
Yeah, who's your daddy? I am. That's right. All right, stop that. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I have a $100 gift card that I was going to use to cater a huge meal for Lincoln Kennedy and just a little bit for Roxy. But they're not coming to town. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give that to a listener today.
Perfect.
Listen to this radio show. Within the next hour and a half, I'm going to give away a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. Best tailgate food you find anywhere. In fact, they're one of the official caterers that they'll cater your tailgate at the mall at the University of Arizona. But here's what I'm going to do for you. I got a $100 gift card. We'll give it away today. You can either go in the restaurant and watch football, or you can get to go and actually take it with you to tailgate at the mall at U of A.
You might even be able to get some of it.
Me?
Because you're going to be over there at...
Then you can come bring me some brisket and barbecue.
Yeah.
So here's what we're going to do. Within the next hour and a half, keep listening to this radio show. we're going to give away $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue simply for listening. Monday I got Box Office Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
We give stuff away all the time. Thursday, I'm just going to be magnanimous because I am so... Hit me the 20th Century Fox theme again. No, not that one.
No, I didn't go.
I'm not evil. Stop that. Give me the good one. Okay, that's better.
That's a good one.
Because I'm such a good guy. I'm like the... No, I can't say that.
Yeah.
Because I'm such a good guy, I'm going to give you an opportunity to win a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue coming up before we throw it to Monday Night Football, 4:30. I'm not going to tell you when. You just have to keep listening.
Thursday Night Football.
What did I say?
Monday Night Football.
All right, Thursday Night Football. Monday, Thursday,
You're
whatever.
thinking of the Monday Box Office Blitz, and then you're thinking of Thursday.
I'm not thinking of a lot of things. There's a lot going on in this head right here.
Yeah.
So I went to go see Jed today for his press conference. I met Dave Hickey, and we did a walking tour of Arizona Stadium. I'll tell you about that. I just got a bunch of things rattling around in my cabeza.
Cabeza, yeah.
That's right, isn't it? I didn't say a dirty word, did I?
I don't believe so.
Well, cabeza means head, right? Are you looking it up?
I'm making sure. Just
You're the one who speaks more Spanish than I do.
Yes. Cabeza would be the whole head or the head of a person or animal. Yep.
Okay. So this is a más grande cabeza.
Yes.
I better call Paul Cicala to help me with my Spanish.
Yeah, it might be a good idea.
I got to hang out with Paul for a couple of days, so that was fun. But before the end of the program today, I'm going to give you an opportunity to win a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. That's pretty big, isn't it?
That's a pretty big deal.
I think that's a pretty big deal on my on my side. I think that makes me a really, really nice person.
It does. It does make you a good person.
Where'd you get a goofy idea like that?
I just think by giving things away to people, it makes me a good person.
Yeah. I would agree.
All right, so we'll do that on the program today. I'll give you what Jed said at his press conference that you heard exclusively here on 1290. I got a bunch of stuff to get to, but let me start off with probably the most different, sick, twisted, mind-numbing Rich Herrera thought that you'll ever hear in your life. Shall we?
All right. Oh, is that the hit for the list?
Yeah.
Okay.
Warning. The following segment might trigger some listeners, and 1290 does not take responsibility for the following content.
What the hell is going on?
It's time for the list as we explore the sick, twisted mind of our host, Rich Herrera.
And that's when things got bad.
And the list of things he is thinking about in that huge size 8 chrome magnum head of his.
Look at the size of that boy's head. That's like an orange on a toothpick.
You're gonna give the boy a complex.
Well, that's a huge noggin. Has its own weather system.
It does. The size of this noggin does have its own weather system. All right, so this is a little bit of a different what's rattling around in my twisted, sick mind today. Are you ready? You going to work with me here, Dragon Ball?
I will go ahead and work with you as best I can.
Okay, so, maybe it was about a month ago. I was doing my national radio show, and it was the Jubilee of the Queen, where she celebrated 70 years on the throne as the Queen of England.
Right.
And I did the show, and I told my producer, it was a new producer I'd never worked with before, so he wasn't like you where he's, wears Kevlar to work because you never know what kind of crazy things I'm going to do next. So I told him, I said, tonight's show I want to talk about the Queen of England. Now, this is CBS Sports Radio. This is a national radio show on about 300 radio stations around the country. And the kid goes, what? I said, yeah, I'm going to talk about the Queen of England tonight in her 70th Jubilee. And he goes, this is a sports talk show. I said, I know. And he said, are you crazy? And I said, yes. So we did the show, and they talked about what a badass the Queen was. And I said, are you tougher than your Queen? Are you tougher than your grandparents? And the answer is no. I've heard somebody told me that a while ago, and I've often said this on the radio, but I didn't know what it really meant until today, with the passing of the monarch, the Queen of England.
Yep.
She is iconic, and she is a badass. Think about the Queen of England. Her first prime minister was Winston Churchill. she's outlived everybody. She spent 70 years on the throne as the monarch of Great Britain, of the United Kingdom. You know, you can make fun of the Brits all you want. You could talk about, hey, listen, 1776, bro, we kicked your tail. You could talk about how we've had to go bail them out in world wars multiple times. You could talk about them and, the mess that they are now for the royal family. But you think about this: somebody staying on the throne for 70 years and everything that she's seen. And this is why I say she's a badass. World War II, she could have just stayed in the palace, or she could have come to the States to be safe. But no, what did she do? She joined the Army, and she was a mechanic. Could you imagine anybody who's a royal now, or anybody who's in the political class now, their kids going, I'm going to go be a mechanic in World War II? Could you imagine the courage that would take? She was an ambulance driver and a mechanic. So right away, I respect the late queen. And then the fact that she was on the throne for 70 years with such dignity and class. And think of everything that she's seen in her life, from the end of World War II to the Cold War, to the culture changes, to everything she's seen, the British invasion, everything that she's seen over her life. To me, that makes her one of the biggest badasses of this century and the last. But then it finally made sense to me today. And I asked people, are you tougher than your grandfather? Dragon Ball, are you tougher than your grandfather?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. What's that mean?
He did a lot more for not a whole lot.
With a lot less.
With a lot less.
My grandfather, one came from Chihuahua, Mexico. My other grandfather came from Bohol in the Philippine Islands. My grandfather from Chihuahua came across as a baby, and they settled in New Mexico first before they made their way to California.
Right.
My grandfather, Eddie, on my mom's side, was basically an indentured servant coming over and working on the plantations in Hawaii to earn enough money. He left, I think, at the age of 15 to come to the States. And he had a long stopover in Hawaii to earn enough money to come to the United States. And he landed in San Pedro, which is the West Coast version of Ellis Island.
Right.
And he worked as a porter, and he worked all kinds of odd jobs. He got a motorcycle, and he rode to Alaska, and he worked in a fish camp. He was like Deadliest Catch in the 1950s. Then he came back down, and he decided he wanted to be a cowboy. He was a Filipino cowboy. He was dark as coal. He looked like Clark Gable. He had the little thin mustache and the big ears. He was maybe 5'3", 5 foot nothing. Dressed Western every day. Smoked 4 packs of Chesterfield unfiltered and drank 4 thermoses of coffee. And he worked 7 days a week. He was the vainest man I ever knew. Loved dressing up. Oh, did he love dressing up. Once my grandmother had to go to the hospital and had surgery. And you know what my grandfather did? He went to Macy's and bought himself a suit because she wasn't home to tell him no.
Oh, man.
I loved my grandfather.
That's
Eddie
great.
was his name. His real name was Magdaleno, but he changed it to Eddie. And he came to the States, and he became American and learned our culture through baseball and sports. Loved his San Francisco Giants. Loved his San Francisco Giants. And when they won, he was the happiest guy in the world. And when they lost, he would tell all the grandkids, go take a nap. And he would go, doggone son of a gun Giants when they lost.
Right.
He was a great man. So when I ask myself this, and when I'm thinking of the Queen, am I tougher than my grandfather? Obviously, the answer is no. They did more with less than any of the rest of us will ever think of. But it all made sense for me today when my wife sent me a text to say that the Queen had passed. And it all makes sense to me now today in her passing. So the question is, not am I tougher than my grandfather? Because the answer is obviously no. Our grandfathers did more with less. They lived through World War II. They raised kids on practically nothing. They didn't have anything that we have. My biggest problem is, oh my gosh, does the Wi-Fi work in my house? This is taking me more than 10 seconds to download. There's nothing to watch on the 18 streams that I own and pay for, plus my cable TV and everything I have on my DVR. My life is so simple and easy, yet I walk around acting like I've got all the problems in the world. Now, my grandfather raised, how many kids did he raise and grandkids? There was always food in the house, and he made nothing. My grandmother would cook for all of her daughters and all the kids, all the ups and downs they had in their life. They never had 2 nickels to rub together. And for me, I walk around acting like it's the end of the world. My problems are nothing compared to whatever they had. Your problems are nothing compared to what your grandparents had. So when I ask you that question, are you tougher than your grandfather? We obviously all say no. Our grandparents were much tougher than we were. They didn't have satellite radio and smartphones and big screen TVs. But when I was thinking about the Queen passing today, it really struck me. The answer is not, are you tougher than your grandparents? That's not really the right question that I've been asking. The question I should be asking is, do you appreciate your grandparents in their generation, in the Queen's generation? And the answer I have for all of us is no. I don't think we appreciate them nearly enough. The Queen and our grandparents' generations fought back fascism and Nazis. They won World War II. They freed half the world. Under their leadership, they made the world a much better place. So as I stand here today, I think about this. I don't appreciate them nearly enough, and I don't think you do as well, because we're standing on the shoulders of giants trying to tell everybody how tall we are. What was when my grandfather wanted to leave the Philippines, and he never went back? He never saw his parents. He never saw his family. I think he saw his brother once his entire life. He never got a chance to go back home. Could you imagine leaving everything you know and everyone you love to go to a new world, to make a new life for yourself, to give to your kids and your grandkids? Think about the courage that your grandparents had to go through life. We're like, oh my gosh, gas is $4.50. At least I got $4.50 to spend on gas. They didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. So I stand here on the shoulders of greatness. I stand here on the shoulders of giants. And today, I just wanted to take a minute on the radio and acknowledge that. Everybody who's in Major League Baseball, I hear them bellyache and whining. You're standing on the shoulders of giants like Curt Flood, who made it possible for you to make all this money. Someone like me, I'm standing on the shoulders of giants from men like Howard Cosell. And if you're really an original sports talk radio fan, Rush Limbaugh and Papa Joe Chevalier, who was one of the first really big national radio stars that did sports talk radio. I'm standing on their shoulders. And I better acknowledge that I'm not that tall. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants that paved the way for people like me and you and our generation. Needs to take a moment to stop our whining, our complaining, our belly aching, and everything else, just to realize that, you know what? We have a lot to be thankful for from these folks that, unfortunately, people like the Queen and Medal of Honor recipient Woody Williams, who just passed away, and all of these folks that have made it possible for me to have the life that I have today, I thank all of them as I learned of the passing of the Queen. So the answer, the question should be 2 parts. Are you tougher than your grandparents? And obviously, Drag Ball, the answer is what? Are you tougher than your grandparents?
Am I tougher than my grandparents? Absolutely not.
Do you realize that you're standing on the shoulders of giants like your grandparents that have made it possible for you to have everything that you have today? When's the last time you thought about that? When's the last time you thought about, the reason I have everything today is because of my grandparents' generation and those that came before them. In my house, we understand that. It's what drives us. It's what makes us who we are. It's part of the DNA of my house. My grandfather came here to the States to give me and my family a better life. My dad was a migrant farm worker who busted his tail to finally settle down and became a cop so he can have some semblance of a stable life and not fall around the crops, to give me a chance to have a better life. I've been blessed. I've been lucky. I got this radio career that I don't deserve. And I've worked my tail off to honor them. And now my son is working his tail off to honor me and all the rest of them. So as we sit here today, we think about the National Football League. And the National Football League is going to get going, and it's going to be great. Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, and everybody else out that ballpark, you better remember those that came before you. If you're Josh Allen, you better thank your lucky stars that there was a Jack Kemp who was there before you. If you're Matthew Stafford, you better thank your lucky stars that there was a John Hadel and a Vince Ferragamo that blazed the path for you to follow with the Rams. All of us should. Dragon Ball, I know you do. I knew I do. So, as we mourn the loss of the Queen, I think we should thank that generation for everything, whether it's sports, whether it's our lives, whether it's the freedoms we enjoy today. We should all thank that generation. So we ask again, are you tougher than your grandparents? The answer is no. Do you appreciate the giants upon whose shoulders that I'm standing and everyone else? I hope so. And if not, maybe take a nanosecond. Maybe put down your iPhone and your iPad and turn off Amazon Prime and stop watching Disney Plus. Maybe stop streaming all day long. Maybe just take a moment while you're sitting down to dinner and you look around the room and you say, you know what? I should be thankful for everything I have in my life because there's a bunch of people that made it possible for me to stand here and be 10 feet tall because they gave me about 9 feet of that. So I can stand here and look upon the world, and I should appreciate all those that laid the path out before me. That's what's rattling around in my big old head today. Woo! How's that?
That was a lot. That was a lot.
By the way, that was, just in case people are wondering, that's impromptu. That was just off the top of my head.
There you go.
But I really thought about that today when I was when I heard about the Queen. I woke up this morning, saw that she wasn't doing well. My wife told me about it, and I started thinking about it all day long. And you know what? Am I tougher than my grandparents? No. And I better make sure I realize that and I understand that and I appreciate what they've done. All right, coming up, we're going to hear from Roxy Bernstein, and I got a $100 gift card to give away to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. All today on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellis. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrios. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back to throw. Has some time. Steps up in the pocket. The Wildcats have got him for a safety. Second safety Arizona has recorded this season. It's a 24-12 ball.
Wildcats Radio 1290.com.
Rich Herrera Radio Show rolls on. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Short program today. Dragon Ball, you look very nice in your Steeler gear.
Yes, I figured it's going to be the opening game of the NFL season. I'm getting into shape myself, trying to get ready for my.
What do you mean getting into shape?
Well, you got to go ahead and be ready to get up every morning at 10 o'clock to go ahead and get the wings and the pizza ready to go, and you got to set up the spread.
So what's your go-to food for today?
Oh, go-to food for football kickoff is always going to be wings. It's always been wings for me.
Hot wings, cold wings?
Oh no, hot wings.
Hot wings?
Yeah, I like to
3
go
Mile Island.
I like to go with a little bit of hot wings and a little bit of lemon pepper. Those are usually my go-to wing flavors for.
See, I'm a big wuss. I don't like anything hot.
That's what the lemon pepper's for. It's supposed to, with the lemon, and it's supposed to go ahead and kind of cool everything off a little bit.
How about if I try plain?
Oh, plain's fine. Mild's good.
No, even mild doesn't work for me.
Really?
Plain.
Sheesh.
Plain. I go plain, or if I have to get something, garlic parm.
Garlic parmesan's a pretty good one. That used to be my secondary wing choice.
No, I don't want anything spicy. I don't want any hot wings.
I like a little bit of spice.
No.
In fact, sometimes if depending on where I get the wings from, sometimes I'll get the wings and the pizza at the same spot. If there's enough wing sauce at the bottom of the little tin they give you, I'll usually pour that on my pizza with the red peppers also. So I go in on the sauce.
All right. So what pizza? What's your go-to pizza?
Go-to pizza for the football season. I usually just go with a strict pepperoni. Don't try to do too much.
How about pepperoni with ranch dressing?
Pepperoni with ranch dressing is good,
outstanding.
But I only do that when I'm able to have the combined with the wing sauce on top of the pizza.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. And then ribs.
Oh yeah, ribs are always a good one.
Ribs are always great. Hey, today's program is brought to you by QC Kinetics. Summer's over, but you didn't get to enjoy it because you still got that joint pain that makes you go, ugh. You know what? Stop it. Do something about it. Call QC Kinetics today. Haven't you put up with this long enough? Aren't you tired of feeling like a little old man? Aren't you tired of walking around bent over, not being able to do things? Aren't you tired of do I really want to go to the game because my back hurts so bad? No, get off your butt and get out there and live life again. All right, your knees hurt, your back, your shoulder, your hip. I get it. But do something about it, for gosh sakes. Right now, call QC Kinetics. You can get moving again with their cutting-edge regenerative treatments with no drugs, no downtime, and no surgery. Here's what they do. They use highly concentrated healing properties. It's regenerative medicine. Highly concentrated healing properties from your own body. Then they restore and repair damaged joint tissue. They're the nation's leader. QC Kinetics, nation's leader in this exciting breakthrough natural approach to eliminating pain. Again, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. What are you waiting for? Lots of people here in Tucson and all over the country have done it. They're leading a life without pain. 1970 called and they said, hey, why don't you use our way of doing things? Or remind them that it's 2022 and there's new ways of dealing with chronic joint pain. Call QC Kinetics today. Stop putting it off. Call right now for a free consultation. 520-497-4955. That's 520-497-4955. QC Kinetics. 520-497-4955. They're located at Academy and Orange Grove. 520-497-4955. All right, coming up, Roxy Bernstein's going to join us. Pac-12 Network, my bro. And then before we get to the 4:30 mark, before we throw it to Westwood One for Thursday Night Football, Bills and Rams, I've got a $100 gift card to give out to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue, all coming up here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Follow grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellis. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take the snap a yard deep in the end zone. Straight back.
This is David Ahmad, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 3:37. The Wildcats announced their honorary captains for their upcoming home opener against Mississippi State as linebacker Brooks Reed and quarterback Willie Tuitama will be at the stadium when the Wildcats take on the Bulldogs. And the conference pairings for the Arizona women's basketball team have been revealed as Adia Barnes Wildcats will face off with Arizona State, Stanford, and Cal all in the first week of their upcoming conference schedule. More changes are expected to come to the major leagues as the league is expected to approve a pitch clock as well as a ban on shifts for the 2023 season. And a reminder that the NFL season kicks off tonight with the defending Super Bowl champion Rams looking to defend their crown as they open as underdogs against the Buffalo Bills in the season opener at about 4:30. You can hear that here on Wildcats Radio 1290. And that's what's trending here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Still more to come here on The Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
It's 5 p.m. Tucson, and that means it's time for our Wildcat Insiders.
Am I late? No, my boy, you're just in time.
Each weekday, Wildcats Radio 1290 brings you all the latest news and opinions on Wildcats football and the Pac-12. So bear down, Tucson, and let's talk Arizona football. Our Arizona Insiders are brought to you by Coors Light, official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Chill on, Wildcats. Here is your host, Rich Herrera.
Okay, we have to change things up a little bit because we have football starting early at 4:30, so we got to move Roxy up. So I had to sit down with them a little bit early. Here's my conversation with Pac-12 Network's Roxy Bernstein. All right, everybody, it's Wildcats Radio 1290, Rich Herrera. Early game today. We have Thursday Night Football to kick off the season. Before that, though, let's run out to our guest hotline and be joined right now by our Arizona insider, Roxy Bernstein, Pac-12 Network. He was busy last week. He called Arizona State NAU early. He's doing baseball. He's all over the place. This week, he's got the early game on Pac-12 Network, Southern Utah and Utah. The Utes fall to number 13 in the country, Roxy, and I have a feeling they can't wait to get after it at home at Rice-Eccles Stadium against poor Southern Utah, who I think is going to take a beating.
Yeah, this is not a good week to be playing the Utah Utes. The frustration, not only that, Rich, but then the travel issues they had coming back. They had to spend the night in Gainesville. They had a mechanical issue with their planes. They didn't come home they didn't get back till like Sunday evening. So they're going to be a very angry team. On top of it, Southern Utah is going to be severely outgunned in terms of talent. Southern Utah is a rebuilding program under a first-year coach. They just switched conferences. They used to be in the Big Sky with the likes of NAU and those schools in Montana and Eastern Washington. They're in the WAC, which is, not our parents' WAC.
Right.
This is like a heavy Texas-laden. I know Grand Canyon is in it for basketball, but just to get back on point, though, Southern Utah is in a very unenviable position of playing Utah this weekend.
Watching Utah last week, I thought that they were right there at the very end of it, and I thought Cam Rising threw a pass that 99.9% of the times he's not going to let it go right there. I thought the crowd at the Swamp rattled Utah a little bit, and I have a feeling that what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I know everybody's starting to write Utah off. Now they can't get to the college football playoff. I look at Kyle Whittingham and say, all right, if you're going to lose one game, lose the first game on the road in the SEC, and you have everybody's attention.
Well, I think Florida's better than people thought, and Anthony Richardson's really good. And, he was sitting behind Emory Jones, the Arizona State quarterback, and now that Billy Napier takes over, former ASU OC, as the head coach there at Florida. And they're pretty good, and they're talented. Utah played okay. And to me, when I came away from that game, to me, Utah's the better team. They just didn't win the game. And twice Utah went down inside the 6 and came away with nothing. And the ill-advised throw by Cam Rising there at the end, the interception where he tried to force it in, and then they turned it over on downs inside the 1, another possession. So I thought Utah up front was Utah-esque in terms of controlling the line of scrimmage, establishing the running game. The problem for Utah is they just couldn't get off the field at times on third down. And give Anthony Richardson credit. He made plays for Florida. But this is still a terrific Utah team. Yeah, does it make it challenging for them to try to circle through and get back and maybe make the college football playoff? And do they have to run the table and go undefeated in league play? Maybe. Look, it's week 1, and everybody is prone to the overreaction. And everybody's throwing out there the national narrative that the league was bad. That's not true. Oregon stunk, and there's no way to sugarcoat that. Utah played well, just didn't win. And the other teams, for example, Arizona was, I think, the best story out of week 1, to be honest with you, for the Pac-12. To go into San Diego State and a team that handled the Wildcats last year in Tucson, to ruin the party of opening the new stadium in San Diego, that to me was the story of week 1, the surprise at Arizona and how well they played. And I think it was a great win for the league to do that, and Oregon State as well, considering Boise and San Diego State have had some success against the Pac-12 in recent years. Not last Saturday, thanks to the Beavs and the Wildcats.
And by the way, folks, I will tell you this. Roxy's not just saying this right here with us in Tucson. It's been pretty much the tale of the tape of Pac-12 radio all week of people singing the praises of Jed Smith and Jonathan Smith for the way their teams turned out for week 1. Oregon State, I'm telling everybody, don't sleep on Oregon State. And, hey, listen, Roxy, Arizona got a vote in the top 25 poll. They had 1 vote, and they were listed under also receiving votes. That's a huge step for this program that won 1 game last year.
Oh, no question. I think it gets the respect. And also, I think it gives some momentum to Arizona going into this week where I look at the matchups this week, Rich, to me, that game in Tucson is maybe the most intriguing game. Certainly Arizona State, Oklahoma State is important. Washington State going to Wisconsin is a big game. We get conference play going with USC on the farm against Stanford Saturday evening. And Oregon State going to Fresno is not going to be easy. But to me, the Mississippi State-Arizona game might be the most intriguing game of the weekend involving the Pac-12.
And I tried to get Jed Fish and the coaches to buy on it. Somebody tried to get Dave Hickey to buy on it. Nobody's building up that it's SEC versus Pac-12. But if Arizona has a good game and let's say they upset Mississippi State, that goes a long way for this conference and their bragging rights.
It does. This is the game, to be honest with you, Rich. The conference needs Arizona to win because of the struggles that Oregon had last week against Georgia in a neutral site game, right? And Florida losing in Gainesville at the Swamp. But I think that if Arizona can beat Mississippi State at home Saturday night, that's a big win for the league. So I think that game is critical because that's when I look at these big intersectional matchups this weekend, Rich, Washington State's, a 17-point underdog going to Madison to take on Wisconsin.
Right.
Arizona State's, I think, a heavy underdog going to Oklahoma State. And I think there's a lot to learn. I think we'll learn a lot more about ASU this weekend because last week was hard to tell. I mean, NAU was so outmanned by Arizona State that, look, Arizona State looked good last week, but the competition level wasn't there. That's why I think this week the Arizona game could be the most pivotal of those non-conference games for the Pac-12.
What did you think of Arizona State? Again, they played NAU, but Arizona's not going to laugh at NAU after what happened last year. New quarterback, new faces. What was your takeaway from Arizona State?
They're talented. They're a talented team, and Emory Jones is good. He stepped right in. Look, he's an experienced quarterback that played a lot of football in the SEC at Florida, but I think the new running back that ASU has, Ballade, provides a nice option for them. He's one of the, I think, look, it's not by accident he has the most yards of any running back in college football career right now, active. And that has to count for something. There's questions I have for them at receiver. Defensively, I think they've got talent, but let's see it come together. The big thing also last week was they were the most penalized team in the Pac-12 last year. And Herm Edwards cleaned a lot up. Now it was week 1 against NAU. Let's see what happens in Stillwater Saturday night. But again, it's hard to gauge, Rich, just Arizona State, where they're at, considering the level of the opponent last week.
Oregon State will take on Fresno State. We'll see if Oregon State can finally win on the road and how their defense is going to look. Alabama State's at UCLA. We'll see if anybody shows up at the Rose Bowl. Portland State at Washington. Couple games I want to run through with you. UNLV at Cal. I know you're a Cal partisan. I like Justin Wilcox. I think we'll finally get to see, are they ready to take that next step? I'm not sure UNLV is the litmus test, but I'm interested to see this game.
Put it this way. This should not be the test, right? If this is the test for Cal, Cal's got some work to do. And we're going to get the test, I think, for Cal in week 3 against Notre Dame. They're going to play right in front of Touchdown Jesus going to South Bend. But I would anticipate Cal coming out and playing well. They'll show a little bit more. They played it very vanilla against UC Davis last week. But trying to get to 2-0, I think it's like 2019, Rich, was the last time they were 2-0. But they were smart. They don't turn the ball over. They don't beat themselves. They're really good defensively. They ran the ball, I think, for like 5.5 yards a carry last week. The new quarterback, Jack Plummer, who's the brother of Arizona's Will Plummer, I thought was very good last week and did what was expected of them. They need to improve this week to really have some momentum going into Notre Dame. But UNLV should not pose a problem to Cal Saturday at Memorial Stadium in Berkeley.
Roxy Bernstein joining us right now from Pac-12 Network. Of course, the marquee game inside the conference is the University of Southern California going to Stanford. I think Stanford's a team that nobody's paid attention to, but David Shaw told us, and Roxy, I think you were there with me, you know what, you think about it, he could have the best quarterback in the Pac-12. They're going to the farm, USC, all the hype. I didn't know if they showed anything last week, but Stanford's going to be a big test for the Trojans.
Well, that first road game is always challenging. It always has been for USC. And look, they thumped Rice last week. But you mentioned the quarterback. McKee is very good. And they beat SC at the Coliseum last year early when USC, people still thought, they could be pretty good. The way Stanford fell apart at the end of last year was frustrating, and I think it really motivated the Stanford team in the offseason. And it was hard to tell. The opponent last week was Colgate, so it was hard to tell the level that Stanford was at. So this week is a significant step up in terms of competition in which Stanford's going to play. But they averaged 8.5 yards a play last week. They ran, even though they lost, which is interesting. Austin Jones transferred from Stanford to USC, which I'm still trying to scratch my head because you don't leave Stanford before you get your degree. You just don't do it. Right. And he did. You did all this work going through elementary, middle school, high school to get into Stanford. And then just to give it up, it's perplexing to me. But they didn't miss a beat at running back. E.J. Smith was terrific last week, ran for over 100 yards. Tanner McKee was efficient. So, but this week, I'm anxious to see how Stanford defensively stacks up with Caleb Williams, and can they slow USC's offense down?
One of the game we didn't mention, and this one's kind of a head-scratcher, Colorado's taking on Air Force. Air Force is a 17.5-point favorite. This is not your grandparents' Falcons that throw the ball with reckless abandon. This is a running team. And against Colorado, they're 17.5-point dogs to the Air Force Falcons. And again, I'm a service academy dad, but holy cow, is that a big number?
It's surprising. And I thought it might be 10 or 11. I didn't expect 17. So, but when I watched Colorado last week, Rich, I thought defensively they were really good. And it was a shame that they went into the locker room down 7-6 because of a special team breakdown. The Bucs last week defensively dominated the first half of that game, but then they just couldn't get anything going offensively. We'll see what they do at quarterback, whether it's Lewis or Stroud. I'm expecting Stroud. I thought the offense flowed a lot better when he was in there, but we'll see what Carl Durrell decides to do. Colorado's always fared well against in-state teams. When you look at career numbers against Colorado State, they're 5-1 all-time against Air Force, but they struggled on the road. But this is I think they need to bounce back just from a confidence standpoint. I think that they have to find their game. And last week was deflating to come out and struggle as much as they did in the second half, and they were just run out of their own building. It's critical for them to get something going, especially establish some semblance of an offense this week.
Who are you working with on Saturday?
Lincoln Kennedy. I got my college football Hall of Famer, the big man.
I got a bone to pick with you, Rox. What gives? Two games into the season, and I've got no Roxy Bernstein or Lincoln Kennedy sighting in Tucson, Arizona. What in the world's going on?
Not my pick. Don't get mad at me. Don't pick your bone. It's not my problem. I just go. My boss is telling me to go, man.
Do we have any chance of having a Lincoln Roxy sighting here anytime soon? Do I have to start
I hope so.
Do I have to start a change.org petition?
Well, all we know is the first 3 weeks of the schedule. And then from that point on, we're subject, like everybody else, to that 12-day window when they set kickoff times and establish networks for the broadcast.
All right, so where are you next week?
Next week I'm in Pullman. I've got Colorado State and Washington State next Saturday up in the Palouse.
All right, I want you to tell this to Lincoln. I'm giving away his barbecue today.
Well, he's not going to be there today, or Saturday. So
no, because I have a deal with Brother John's.
Yeah, I know
for barbecue for Lincoln. So Lincoln's not here, so I'm going to give away a $100 gift card. I might call it the Lincoln giveaway. I'm going to give it away because this is what I would normally use to feed Lincoln when he comes to town, but he's not coming in. So I'm going to give that gift card away today, and he's not here next week, so I'm going to give it away next week.
Because you need $100 just to feed Lincoln.
Will you tell him that? Will you tell him I said that I actually set aside a $100 gift card just to feed Lincoln, and since he's not here, I'm going to give it to a listener?
Well, the shame is also, if I'm not mistaken, Saturday the Arizona game is on FS1, right?
Yes.
The Arizona, and I don't think the broadcasters are going to be there. I think they're doing it from the studio, which stinks. For the quality of that game, that's really reflects poor on Fox Sports to do it that way. And they've been doing some stuff on that. Here I am taking a shot at another network.
I don't work there. I work at CBS now, so go ahead.
I know. You know, and I also work for the mothership at ESPN, so, you know, Fox is a competitor. But come on, a game of this magnitude?
It's a big game, Roxy.
And please don't hold it against my buddy Petros, because Petros is awesome. I love that dude. He's a great guy, and he's still going to give you great insight despite not being at Arizona Stadium on Saturday night.
You know, I used to put him on the radio in L.A. when he was playing for USC. He would come on with Golick and I once a week when he was playing linebacker for SC. Or was he a linebacker or was he a running back?
Running back.
He was running back, yeah. I used to put him on.
If he loves to say, I was the captain of the worst USC team in history, which isn't true because last year's team went 4-8.
Oh, that's true.
Petros' senior year, they won 6 games.
All right, well, he's not here. So, and by the way, it's Lincoln and then nobody else. I mean, I'm going to feed Colorado. We already worked out a deal to feed Gary Barnett and his crew, but we're holding out for Lincoln.
Okay. Well, you're going to need to hold out quite a bit for Lincoln, let me tell you.
So just tell Lincoln.
And you know, licks can be deceiving. I can put stuff away, too.
No. That's why, you know, but I put it all on Lincoln, but I'm bringing it up for everybody. Okay. But again, tell him that, brother, I just saw Brother Johnny came in here yesterday. He goes, when are we feeding Lincoln when he comes? And I said, he's not coming in. So he said, all right, we'll give away his barbecue to a fan today. So make sure you tell, you don't have to say it on the air, but just tell Lincoln that if he doesn't hurry up and get down here, I'm going to give away all his brisket.
Okay. All right. That's you know. But he's up the road. What's he going to do?
Yeah. You know what? Don't worry. I will still, when you come in, I will take you to Frog and Firkin and Illegal Pete's, and we'll go around and do our tour when you come down here next.
I'm looking forward to it.
You're the best. Rox, enjoy the game. I'll be watching you early Saturday while we're getting ready for our pregame. He'll be calling Southern Utah. It's a 10:30 start on Pac-12 Network. Roxy, thanks so much for joining us. Talk to you next week, brother.
You got Rich. Anytime.
All right, that's it. Roxy Bernstein, our Arizona Insider on Thursday.
Thanks to Coors Light for bringing you today's Arizona Insiders on Wildcats Radio 1290. Coors Light, official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. Chill on, Wildcats.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic. With reported collisions, La Cholla south of Star Pass, Kolb Road.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Krisa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Krisa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set, and the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step to hand off. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard. Goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins. Throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three. Blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it. It's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way. Out to Tabellas. Down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down. That was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ball game. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good! That's a tie.
Wow, the response to my rant at the beginning of the program. I'm getting a lot of people blowing up my phone after we started the show about
tougher than your grandparents?
Tougher than your grandparents, and do you realize that everything that you have, they gave you an opportunity to do?
It's a true statement.
Yeah, it really is. And all my whining and complaining, my life. Shut up. Stop your whining, Rich. Big baby. All right, so before we get done here in about a half hour, we've got to give away $100 in barbecue. $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. We're going to we'll do a random caller. Not yet. But Dragon Ball, you got to pick the right number.
I got to pick the right number.
It can't be something easy. It's got to be something really good.
I'll have to think about it. I gotta come up with.
That's a lot of pressure to put on you.
Yeah, I gotta come up with a.
It
clever
can't be like
one here.
5.
No.
It's got like people have to work. I think they should have to call and really just keep hitting that redial in order to get it. Right?
I agree.
I think you're gonna have to take off your shoes to count that high today.
I will certainly try. I don't know if that's. So long as nobody else comes into the studio after me, that's the most important thing.
Hey, today's program is brought to you in part by PGA Tour Superstore. Shop with the pros at Tucson's PGA Tour Superstore, home for golf pros, beginners, and hackers like me. You know what? This weekend it's going to be beautiful. Why not go play golf on Saturday before you head out to Arizona Stadium to see the Cats play? 41,000 tickets have already been sold. Getting towards that 50,600 mark what Arizona Stadium now holds. But if you're going to go out there and hit some golf balls, do you have any golf balls left in your bag since the last time you went out and played? Nope. All right, go to PGA Tour Superstore. They're the widest selection of golf balls with all your favorite makers and at low everyday prices. They don't raise the prices just to lower them. No, you find low everyday prices only at PGA Tour Superstore. And here's the deal. You want to get a couple dozen? You want to get some really good golf balls? How about this? They'll knock $20 off a purchase of $100 or $50 off a purchase of $250. So if you go in, get some golf balls, some golf shoes, they'll take care of you. Just mention Wildcats Radio 1290, and they will give you the Rich Herrera deal. Now, restrictions apply. Pink, Titleist, FootJoy not included. Everything else in the store, giddy up. Don't forget the golf show. Tucson's golf show comes up Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Jesse Crow and myself will sit down with Jim Anderson the head golf coach, University of Arizona, on the men's side. That comes up tomorrow before we have, on what's today? Today's Thursday.
Yeah, today's Thursday.
Oof, I'm just, should I make that sound? The golf show Saturday morning, 7 a.m. before we bring you Texas and Alabama at Texas at 8:30. And then we'll have our pregame show starting for Arizona, Mississippi State, beginning at 3:30, counting down to the 8 o'clock kickoff at Arizona Stadium. Dave Hickey told us today, I think we're at 41,000 seats sold. There's going to be a whole bunch of cowbells there. Mm-hmm. You know that, right?
Oh, yeah. There'll be a lot of cowbell.
Mississippi State, they ring cowbells. And somebody asked him today, while we were taking a tour of the stadium, that are you going to allow the cowbells in? And per like the SEC rules they have, they can bring their cowbells. So please don't complain when they're out there ringing their cowbells. It's what they do. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It gets annoying if they're beating you by 21, but you know what? Let's show a little bit of grace. They'll bring their cowbells. Easiest way to stop them from ringing? What's the easiest way to get them to stop ringing those cowbells?
Blow them out.
Well, no. Oh, and then you just no. I'm not saying violence.
No, blow them out as in on the scoreboard.
No, just stop them.
Oh no, I'm suggesting
stop them on offense.
Yeah, no, I'm suggesting people bring vuvuzelas and blow out the cowbell.
No, vuvuzelas.
But this is truly the Mississippi State motto for their football team.
Guess what? I got a fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
That is their motto in Mississippi State. So do not be surprised when you hear that.
Do not be surprised. Do not get angry. Do not be whiny when they're standing there. The easiest way for them to stop the cowbells is for the defense. For CY, my man CY and C-Row, just to shut them down.
Jalen Harris,
shut them down. Get after their quarterback, knock them down. Get after it, get them. And that's the easiest way we're going to have to stop the cowbells.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, stop the cowbells by our defense playing stout and getting after it. So make sure you get there early as well. I'm just going to stress that all day. Tomorrow, I'm not going to see you, Dragon Ball.
Right, yeah, no, you're going to be going out to
Illegal Pete's for Bear Down Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do I got a great spot. I will be looking like the captain of a ship, surveying all that is before me. And all those that are before me shall kneel before Zod. Because I'm going to be upstairs.
Right. You have that little patio.
I have the front balcony
right there, yeah.
At Illegal Pete's.
I shouldn't say patio. Patios aren't on the second floor of anything.
No, it's a balcony.
It's a balcony.
Bow before Zod, mortal.
You're gonna have the camera on the turnpike there as well.
Yeah, I'm gonna have the webcam out there, watching everybody walk up and down the street. The banner's already up.
Yep.
For my broadcast location, and I shall be commander of all that I shall survey.
Don't have too much fun up there.
I've asked for things to throw. Are people coming? Oh, people are looking at you through the window since you got your terrible towel.
Yeah, I got my terrible towel out. I just had somebody, I believe that was Mr. Kowalczyk, was just asking me to go ahead and give us a wave real quick.
With a terrible towel?
With a terrible towel.
I'm asking for things to throw.
Oh, no, Rich, don't be throwing things off the top of the floor. Because if anything, like...
What, are you saying I got a rag arm? I can't get it over? I can't get it... I'm throwing it downhill.
No, I'm just saying don't throw anything from the roof of a building. It's never a good idea.
No, I'm on a balcony. I'm like, it's like Mardi Gras. I'm asking for things to throw, T-shirts and such. No? All right. Never get any fun. Dragon Ball says they can't throw things off the top of the building. Anyway, what am I doing here, Dragon Ball? Oh, coming up in just a minute, we've got to give away our gift card. 100 bones. We're giving away today to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. We're going to do this every home game all season long. Why? Because I can. I can't see. I can't see any of this. Something's wrong with my computer here, Dragon Ball. Do I have Paul in Phoenix?
Yes, you do.
Then hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
You won! You did it! You did it! I knew you would! I just knew you would!
Yes. I knew you would. I just knew you would. I knew I was going to hear from you today, Paul in Phoenix. Bear down. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290. What's up, brother?
Rich, Dragon Ball, Bear Down, Arizona. It's great to hear from you guys, and I only hope that the person, I say person as in me, from Phoenix someday can win that $100 barbecue. That's
I'll just roll in. Like I roll in there like a baller. I just roll in and they start playing music as I walk in. I walk in and it's kind of like when you and I come rolling in.
Yeah.
Everybody starts cheering. Yeah, listen, here comes Paul and Herrera.
There we go.
Rolling through.
Like
it.
Yeah.
All right, what do you got for me today?
Is that a little cowbell? You know what I got for you real quick? I got for the folks of Tucson a little bit. Of course, I did research for you, Rich, and somebody may have brought it up, whether it was Brian Jeffries or somebody brought it up. Whoa.
I got songs. I got music for you. Like, listen, I'm getting ready for the game, right? Let's get pumped up. What do you got?
I'm ready, but I'm gonna bring it up real quick. And this may not mean anything, but the Mississippi State, whatever they're called, Rebels, whatever they're called,
the Old Miss Running Rebs and the Mississippi State University Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. Okay, see that's payback for all the time everybody messes up our name with those people in Tempe. But here's the thing: the Bulldogs. They return more starters than any SEC team this year. Now, it doesn't say much because everybody else graduated and went on to the pros, right?
Or portal hopped.
Or portal. But they still return more starters than anybody. So it's something to think. I looked at some of their people. They're starting fifth-year seniors and grad students and all this stuff, and it's like, holy mackerel. They are a team to be reckoned with. We're going to have to be on our A game, and it's going to be our defensive backs that are going to obviously are going to be the key, right? How do we defend that short little dink and dunk little passing game, that air raid offense? And I you know what? I think we'll be okay. I don't know. It's hard to say, but that's all I have for you today.
Well,
really.
Okay, so let's start breaking this game down. You need some stops. It's going to be a high-scoring game. In fact, can you give me cut 64, Dragon Ball? I asked this. I think this is the question. Is this the question I asked of Jed about if this turns into a shootout? Yeah, I think this is the question I asked Jed. Here's what Jed said today. This is cut 64.
I mean, our hope and expectation is when we have the ball on offense, we get to move the ball down there and try to score. And when they have the ball on offense, we're going to do everything we can to stop them. And all we can control is, when we have the ball as an offensive staff, and all we can control defensively is do everything you can to take the ball away. We're always going to prepare for a game where we're going to have to score. And I think that's a big part of what we've asked our guys to do when we talked originally about the pillars of this program as we're building it was, 2 and 3 were players and schematics. And as we're continuing to, build up our players and get them to become better fundamentally sound and better at their jobs, our coaches, as we continue to look at ways to move the football or prevent them from moving the football, it's all going to come back to, that culture of, hey, you got to trust this process. You got to play the next play regardless of the score.
It's going to come down to CY, C-Row, Isaiah Rutherford. If Stooks is going to be in there, it's going to come down to Hunter Eccles getting their quarterback out of sorts. It's going to be the entire defense. Are they going to shut out Mississippi State? I wish that was the answer, but no, they're too high octane, and they're just going to keep chucking the ball. And when they get done throwing the ball, they're going to throw it some more. They're going to get off the bus. They're going to be throwing the football. They're going to get so many plays in. Arizona's going to have to rotate guys, and what Mississippi State does, they're big, they're powerful, they wear you down, and they just keep you on your heels. If Arizona gets a couple stops, if Arizona gets a couple turnovers, if Arizona can turn them and stop them at a 7-play drive where they get one first down and then they've got a kick, that's how Arizona's going to win this football game.
But, Rich, do we have a chance on offense with our change of pace backs that we can bring in to slow down the pace of the game? And when we have the ball, do we have a chance to run at them and kind of kill off? Jed would like nothing more than to kill off 40 seconds of that clock.
I got this for you. How about this? This is Cut 57. Here's Jed today talking about what you're talking about.
I think that time of possession helps the defense. That would be my overall feeling of time of possession is if offensively you're holding the ball, you're able to keep the defense off the field, which is good. It's good statistically. It's good in terms of, especially in this type of game where they're going to, they're a very potent offensive attack. When it comes down to it, though, I think you have to do what's best to move the football on offense. I believe that, the other team's going to have to do what's best to move the ball offensively on their end. It's one of those weird stats that probably end up in the end. If you have a good time of possession, probably you win more than you lose, but I would bet it's closer to 50-50, and probably more so just statistically helps your defense.
So let me break this down for you, Paul.
Yep.
Jed was asked, have you ever coached against a Mike Leach team? And he said, no. Never been on a staff, never got up against the air raid before. If you were listening to the program yesterday, and this is why I've got the greatest assortment of experts that come on this radio show. I've gone locally, I've gone nationally to bring in guys that can really break down games for you. And that's why we have the experts that we have lined up for this football season. One of them was the offensive coordinator that joined us yesterday, Al Borges. He joins us every Wednesday. And he's forgotten more football than most people will ever know. And we talked about it in great detail, what happens when it turns into a track meet. What happens, and we see teams panic when you fall down by 2 touchdowns and the other team is already looking for their third, and they abandon the run and they start throwing the football. And he said, you've got to keep your wits about you as an offensive coordinator, as a head coach, and as a team. And that's going to be a really big thing for Jed Fish tomorrow. He's going to have to keep his wits about him when you have the other guy standing on the other side and he's so, such an evil genius throwing the ball down the field. If they get up 2 touchdowns, Arizona can't abandon its game plan. That's hard to do. You get down by 3, you keep thinking, I got to keep throwing the ball. Well, no, Arizona is going to win this football game by running the ball, not having grinded out. They're not going to play student body left, student body right, or old Penn State football where you're just 3 yards in a cloud of dust. But they're going to have extended drives. So for me, the key is, how many first downs Arizona going to have? How many extended plays are they going to get? Can they get drives of 7, 8, 9, 10 plays? You do that, you're fine. You punt 3 and out, you play right into Leach's hands.
Exactly. No, you're right on the money. You've been doing your homework. I'm proud of you, man. You're not just working this late night stuff. This late night stuff's not impacting you whatsoever.
I am ready to go.
You're ready to go. You got your A game on. Literally, you got your A game. Well, you know what? I can't wait. I'm looking forward. I'm going to try and make every effort possible to come over and see you guys, the pregame show. Are you guys over there near the Richard Jefferson? Where you are in relation to Richard Jefferson?
We're on the opposite side of the mall. So normally we're down at the very, very end next to, where they look like clothespins on Campbell, the artwork. Normally there, but they're going to have the Phil Vassar concert there tomorrow. So we're moving about halfway up the mall. We're on the far side, on the other side of the street, probably more towards the observatory. I think that's what it is. So we'll be on that side of the street, but normally we're right next to the clothespins.
Perfect. I'm gonna find you guys. Bear down, guys. Thanks so much, and take care of that barbecue $100 gift card for me, because I'll come claim it soon.
There you go. All right, brother. I'll talk to you soon. Bear down.
Thanks, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, that's Paul. He's a VIP caller. If you call enough and we deem you, we'll play music for you and drop whatever we do just because I love you.
Because we can.
Because we can. All right. Coming up, I'm going to give away that gift card. But you got to hold on. I'll tell you what. Do you know the number?
I think I've got my number picked out
All right,
here.
we'll do that next. We throw it to Westwood One Thursday Night Football to kick off the NFL season exclusively here on 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, hand it to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. It is good. Backfield and drop. No gain. Loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments for the University of Arizona Wildcats?
Fourth down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on fourth down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his third foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko. Feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline. Circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot. 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away. Good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6.
People are waiting.
They are.
People are upset, Dragon Ball. They're going, Dragon Ball, what number? What are we going to tell me to call?
They're not upset yet. They got to lose the chance to win a $100 gift card to Brother John's before they
Just
can get
think
mad
what
at
you
me.
could get with $100 at Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue. We're going to do this every home game. We'll do it on Thursday. We'll give it away so that way you can decide, do I pregame there? Great idea. Do I stay there and watch the game? Great idea. Do I get it to go and I have my own tailgate? Great idea. It's just a great idea all the way around.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Oh, people are trying to cheat calling right now.
Yep.
Go ahead, try 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290.
And I will go ahead and pick our number for the winner.
Do I trust you with this?
I mean, this is a very big, big responsibility.
Dive.
Because you know what happens when I let you do these things.
Yes, I do.
I'm
not going to lie, I'm hungover right now.
I don't think that happens, no.
Go ahead. Make my day.
All right, tell me, what's the number?
I'm going to go ahead and say caller number 15. You get a $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue.
Why 15?
You can have about 15 to 200 people in private dining over at Brother John's. And I'm not going to take 200 calls because we got to get ready for kickoff here in a couple minutes. But 15, I can do 15.
Oh, I thought it was like, because, this will feed 15. Like, yeah, but I'm going to be there, so it'll feed one.
Well, Lincoln also is the same way, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, he got so excited when I brought him food. And then I dropped it off over in the radio booth for Lamont as well. All right, so that's it. Let's get out of here, right? Are you ready for me to go? Are you telling me to shut up, Herrera? It's time for football? The National Football League kicks off. Coming up next, the Bills and the Jets. I'll be back with you tomorrow live from Illegal Pete's before the pep rally. Bear Down Friday. Come by, see us. But start dialing right now, folks. We'll take caller 15, $100 gift card to Brother John's Beer, Bourbon, and Barbecue, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Bear down. We're getting ready for football on 1290.
Rich Herrera. Exclusively. This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook.